Good morning, 2019 leadership class. First of all, congratulations on earning your leadership position. All of you are very, very qualified to run whichever section you were put in charge of on your own. If you notice, I didn't give you a co-section leader because I firmly believe all of you can do it just fine, as well as the 4 drum majors and our 1 horn captain. All of you will do a great job. I'd like to talk about a few things. Obviously, this is the week of mini camp, which, although it seems like a mini thing, it's actually a very major thing in terms of success for the season, okay? This is the first taste that the 8th graders and the new kids are gonna get of this ensemble. We obviously need to focus on making sure that they feel very, very welcome and that they know the expectations. Remember though, mini camp is not the time to implement the hardcore work of the group just yet, okay? We want to give an idea. Obviously, we all know how much work it takes. I know, you know, everyone who's returning knows. But we don't want to scare any kids away. You have to understand, when you were there, that if someone showed you all the work you were going to have to do before you even did it, you would probably turn away from it because you'd be like, no, that's too hard. Because you might think that you're not able to do it because a lot of you thought you were incapable of this at the very, very beginning. And look at where you are now. So let's make sure that we focus on being very, very welcome, very, very, very inviting, making sure all of you guys make it your priority to know your new friends. Now that brings me to specific people that I want to talk about. People, when they're walking in for mini camp this Friday at around 3 p.m.-ish, 3:30. First of all, I'd like to meet with all of you beforehand around 3 o'clock. After we have our short little meeting, I would like for you guys, or at least for the drum majors and Nico, to be at the front of the band room, standing outside, ready to welcome in. Obviously, if you guys all want to be involved and all of you want to make like a cool little tunnel thing like we do for the football team, you can like blow bubbles or throw confetti or whatever nonsense that you guys like to do. You know, obviously it's not nonsense, but you get the point. Okay, make it crazy, make it fun. Not too crazy, obviously. We still gotta follow the rules, but make it fun, making sure that they come in smiling or at least a little less nervous because all of their high school friends are welcoming them in with this royal parade, right? Even if you run into a new person who is not in your section, make sure you introduce yourself. Hey, what do you play? Oh, you know what? I'm not your designated section, but my name, section leader, sorry, but my name is blah, 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 and let me take you over to your section leader. Hey, okay? Make it very active, okay? Don't scare them away, but make it very interactive. Make sure that you guys don't just let them go off by themselves in that corner like they do every year. Break them apart from that. In other words, the key to that is just to make sure they never get there. They never get to hiding in the corner. Bring them right away from the door to their section. Be there ready to invite them in. I want them to come here and say, you know what, this is a really cool group. Like everyone's really fun and everyone seems to like me or whatever. Okay, do what you need to do. All right? Now, what can you do between now and minicamp? Obviously, you should emphasize that everyone learns their book, and you know what the book is, the notes, okay? The music needs to be at its best from you guys by the end of the month, at least. I firmly believe that section leaders need to have it memorized by the end of this month, the whole thing, all 3. The book is really easy. Half notes, whole notes, a few things. Most of you can play the hard parts already, so the rest is easy. Memorize it, know it right now. The goal here is that by the time everyone comes back in August for band camp, everybody who is a section leader and hopefully a lot of returners will have it already memorized with dynamics and all that important stuff to the best of their ability. That way, when the new people come in, everyone's got someone to listen to. The 8th graders can say, oh, okay, because they're gonna hide behind you guys at the beginning. You guys know how that works, you guys all did it. But we want them to hide behind something of quality. We don't want them to learn bad habits, right? We don't want them to learn that they don't have to know their music. We don't want them to learn that all that stuff. We need to work on the music this year. That is what's holding back this ensemble. Your staff is absolutely stacked. From every section, from the percussion to the color guard to the visual staff to the music staff, is completely stacked with the best people that we could have brought in. The question is the leadership class stacked? And that's up to you. The more you guys act like the most, I want to keep it school friendly, the most awesome, okay, and hardcore section leader class that isn't mean, because when I say hardcore, I mean hardcore in terms of work ethic. Not in terms of, go run 4 laps. That is my job. Now, I want to show you something that I hang up here in my house, first of all. Welcome to my home. As you know, I like the color white. I just like a little black and white. Over here, me and my girlfriend hung up this frame that says, what feels like the end is often the beginning. And I feel that it applies a lot to your season. Obviously, with me stepping down from director position, I need you guys to understand that this is not the end of an era, but rather the beginning of a greater one. This is the beginning of the Silverado Empire, where you guys come up top and we hold the top for as long as we can, or as long as possible. Okay, that is my goal as a staff member. That's what everyone's staff goal is to get you guys to the very top. And that's gonna start from right now. Start right now. Get to know everybody, get everyone's phone numbers, get a group chat going, get involved already in the learning process, already get going on that music. The visual stuff, you guys are fine. You guys do that just fine. Obviously, the more time, if your new friends want to ask about marching stuff, help them out with that. But focus on that music. You know that that's the part that you guys struggle with the most. We are going to be going to possibly 6 shows this season. They added a few. So normally it's BandFest, your show, which we're going to throw down at next season. Clark, which I hate. Don't share this with anyone. And then LVI, right? Well, they added a show before Henderson. I think it's Rancho. They added the WBA show, which was last year, that we didn't go to, but we're going to go to. It's the one at Sandwood Stadium. You guys will get a great experience playing at the stadium. There's nothing like it. Let me tell you, playing in a stadium, there's just nothing like it. It's something I want all of you to experience. And we're either going to drop LVI and do Sierra Vista, or do both. More than likely, we will be dropping LVI. Now put all your, we've been doing LVI for a long time stuff aside. You guys don't even compete against good groups all the time. Last year you competed against some pretty good groups. We want to compete against everybody. So we're going to go to Showdown, we're going to go to Sounds Across the Valley, hopefully, okay? That should bring it to about 6 shows, which would be BandFest, Showdown. Oh, there's also an Art Review show, which I don't know if we're going to. WBA, possibly the Art Review show, Sierra Vista, and then possibly something else in between. On that note, we obviously want to throw down at every show, and that starts right now. Remember, what feels like the end is often the beginning. You guys are going to have a great rest of your season. Seniors, this is the last one, and it's going to be a great one. That's up to you, okay? Cool. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you? Between now and Friday, just get everyone excited. If you already know some of these 8th graders, try to get them excited, make sure they're coming, tell them bring lots of water. We're obviously going to do a lot of music, but get them in the habit. Get them in the habits already, subliminally. Get them in those habits. All right, always bring water. Try not to wear jeans to rehearsal. Wear something comfortable. Wear the right shoes. Try to bring a hat if you sunburn. Wear sunscreen, all that stuff. Get them all ready for that protocol so we don't have to deal with that nonsense during band camp where kids come up to me and say they don't got water and they're about to pass out. We don't need kids quitting because they think it's too hard because they're just not making good choices. A lot of times, kids think this is so physically difficult, but that's only because they're just dehydrated and they don't drink water. Get them in the habit now. Cool? I have nothing else for you as of now. We will talk hopefully at our meeting, which we could do around 3 o'clock. I want to do more of these video logs so that I can say more and you guys can have a record of everything I say and we don't just forget. Okay? So expect more of these. Drum majors, obviously you have your separate chat. I'll put something else in there for you later. Specifically with you guys, I would say just continue to work on your conducting patterns before Friday. We want you guys interactive conducting wise. You'll be working with me a lot this season now that I don't have to be the one in charge all the time. So that'll be good. You guys have no idea how excited I am, honestly, to be a technician and just a visual caption head and not have to focus on directing everything. It's honestly great because then I don't have to focus on any other stuff and I can focus on making you guys great. I will be working very closely with the leadership class this season. So be ready for that. That's it. That's all I really have for you. I don't think I have anything else. I already talked about minicamp. I already talked about music and getting the music going. I already talked about drum majors working their conducting patterns, which they can always do. And I already talked about being inviting and welcoming and some strategies that you can have. Please, 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 if you can, know at least a portion of the music or all of it by Friday. Cool? All right. Thank you. I will see you on Friday. Until then, signing off.